Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark 3 and welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved and the bottom of a hole. Yes. I decided to take a few minutes, like 10 minutes or so, after the last episode and start digging again because I was digging another lift shaft and, you know, I spent like a couple of episodes ago just working on the one on the surface. So, you know, I figured I won't show that again because we've already sent an episode doing that. So here we are down at depth 128. This is, of course, 2 times 64, 128. So where's the lift? The lift is up there because we hit iron. Yeah, we actually intersected an ore vein completely by accident. I didn't quite manage to ping the route properly, so we sank the shaft and then pretty close to where we were going to, we just hit a massive ore vein. So yeah, that's why the lift is actually here. Flipping iron vein. On the bright side, we've got another iron vein, so, you know, if the one-up-tops runs out, which might eventually happen, it's going to take quite a while, we've got one right down here, which we can go to, and then we can just safely drop down here. Ow. So I say when I break my leg. Though also, as you noticed, I grappled up, and I was absolutely fine. So my comments during the one where I was making the surface lift, that some kind of roof to catch me would have helped, is actually true. It's much easier to dig using the grapple underground. When you can't get just flicked out above the surface and go for miles into the sky and then fall to your doom. It's amazing how much that helps your survivability, not having to fall to your death, you know? It's quite staggering, really. But yeah, now I'm just going to dig around here because we've got unknown material nearby, which it said is an unknown ore, so it should be lithium. Ah, here we go. Lithium, excellent. And this is also why I skipped a little bit, so that we can proceed to the next stage without me having to spend an episode and then maybe rush like a few minutes showing whatever it is that I'm doing. Also, that's not helped yet. I'm not planning to automate getting it up there just yet because that would require turrets. I'm not going to commit to that right now. Also, we need to get the drill. I forgot about that. But I just put this down so we could try to spawn an example of the nasty material thief critter, because we are now deep enough for that to actually be an issue. But in the meantime, we should get up to the surface, so let's fling our grappling hook up there. Da-da-da, right. Oh. Right, it's safe if you land on something, let's say that. Oh, yes, good. Yes. There we go. And we're now on the lift, safely heading up. So yeah, I dug this shaft without any kind of issue, except for hitting ore a couple of times. That was purely my fault for not managing to scan the route properly. So, you know, can't blame the game for that one. This shaft is a bit of a mess because of me. There we go. But yes, we need to get up top. We need to get the materials to do some digging. And I might as well, upgrade the systems here so we can get some better refining going on. So how many have we got now? We've got 40 more iron gears. Excellent, because drills are really intensive. We've got a load of, tin is actually still being slowly processed into lightweight materials. I did grab some more materials earlier, so we've got 60. Look, at this point we've got 60 tin plates and 56 copper wires. 114 cogs though, that's a lot. But that's worth like 56... That's not even enough materials to make a single lift shaft worth of the next level of conveyors. So, you know, it's kind of puts that in perspective, doesn't it? So, using these things is just flat out better. So we got rubble because I accidentally tapped into a mine. And lithium ore. Excellent. So now we can actually start to process some lithium. And we need lithium for the next stage, because lithium is kind of important. Where's the lithium ore? Oh wait, that was a scan, never mind. I need to actually drill this stuff. So, this is why we needed to get iron, because we need 18 iron gears to produce a single ore extractor. And then we're going to craft up some drills.
Crafting.
4, that's enough to get all of my current extractors outfitted for double pace. And we can also finally craft storage hoppers. So they require lightweight machine housing, which are in short supply, and they require iron gears, which we've actually got plenty of because it's the only thing we're actually putting our iron into at this point. But yes, that is good. That is good. I'm going to go down here now. The problem is, of course, that as I mentioned previously, our conveyors just aren't fitted out to cope with. Yeah, they just aren't fitted out to cope with an enhanced drilling rate. Okay, so we get off here and drop down to our doom. Ow. And still not spawned, that's absolutely fine. But here we are. We are going to put the drill right here. That's going to get powered, and we're going to put that on top of that, so that'll do it. Yep, it keeps reminding me that I should do something about that, but I'm not going to. So this will store 100 lithium ore, and I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to drop this in to double the mining rate, 16.97 power required per second. These guys can transmit 1.8. So a line made of these can almost keep up with 2 drills fitted with motors to enhance the digging speed. Almost. Let's get out of here. I'll have to come back and grab some lithium once it's dug some out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it lifts slightly, I've noticed, because it's trying to move with you and then it doesn't realise you drop back down, so it's like it gets stuck slightly high. Alright, so the conveyors can't handle the extra load, so we need to build faster conveyors, which we don't have materials for. As a reminder, I've got enough materials to make now I've got materials for like 36 enhanced ones, so yeah. Or I double up the conveyor lines, which is actually far more reasonable at this point. So, what's our main roadblock? Tin is a big one. I mean, the copper keeps filling up because we're not really using it for much. But the tin, ooh, the tin is causing issues. So, since the smelter can keep up with a doubled drill, let us go ahead and double up this drill as soon as I get up a level. There we go. Right, you, drill. I'm going to install in you better drills. There we go. So now that's going to start filling up because it can't dump its ore fast enough, I think. Yep, it's slowly starting to fill up. Probably handle a bit more than that actually, but no. We're not going to do that at this second. We are going to instead drop this down. So it's like that. And then we're going to mirror the existing line, which is going to be quite convenient. Like this. And then we're going to feed it straight into the same smelter, because we don't need an extra smelter, not for this. Because remember, the existing smelter is not being used at anything like capacity. So we just need to get it over there. And of course there's that problem with the belts. Ugh. There we go. Should I use the, you know what, yeah, I should just use the sloping belts, just get it up there. And you know what, for symmetry's sake, I will do the appropriate tunneling as well. So really quick, really easy. Yep, already got you. And then do it to you. And I need to put one down here because if you recall, when I first laid this line, I accidentally laid part of it backwards, which was just a bit silly of me, but there you go. But this will double it up, and then it'll feed straight into the existing system without any kind of issues. So just like this, rotate that, run it along. I think an enhancement to our refining options would probably be not to go amiss either. So that's doing like that. Let's actually tear out. I guess this is what we're doing for this particular episode, isn't it? It's like enhancing our options, our smelting arrays. Because I've got some ideas on how to upgrade this for rapid processing. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so let's also tear all this out, actually. Sorry, threat scanner, you're not needed right now. Tear you all out. Right, then. So, let us see. I am going to... We've got this double belt here going on. Right. Actually, we don't need you just a second, so take you out. Right, double belt's going on. I am going to feed it into... Let's put it here. Yep. It's overflowed onto the next belt, the next line, of course it has. Right, take the ore out of that. Don't need those. Don't need drills. Storage hoppers, sure. I need mini hoppers on here. Check. I need the processors. I need... Where is it? The furnace. There's the furnace. Okay, right, here we go. Right, so I'm going to upgrade this and do a new smelting loadout, which I've been thinking of. So, put this like that. That will feed into that. So that will quite happily deal with all of this. Wait, no, that's not quite right. Do it like that. Yes. That'll do. Then the furnace can go quite happily there. Well, not quite happily. It's going to complain a bit. But... Wait a second, I've done it wrong again. Ah! What do I need to do? This is the problem when you start trying to be smart. It causes issues. Right, so I need that one there. Yes. No, I don't. I need it to be here, actually. Yes. Like this. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it up onto this wall. That's the thing I was looking for. Yes, wall. Put that one there as well. Turn it. That belt. So there we go. That'll start feeding into the hopper. Then here we will have the furnace. Actually, I want this to be flat. So we have the furnace. Sorry, the smeltering, rather. Which will then be fed by a battery box. Which, well, actually, we can just tap this straight from the hub, actually. So, you know, let's do that for now. So that's fed straight from the hub. Or not. Apparently it can't be. No, yes it can. It was just hesitating. Okay. So that's fed straight from the hub. Alright. We've got progress. Yay! Progress. Huzzah. Now then, we put in a storage hopper here. Actually, yeah, I kind of like to have it like this. So, yeah, let's put the storage hopper like this. So we can actually see what it's got in it. Then we will have another layer of wall along here. Yep, so we're actually working on this sideways. There we go. Set this one to be... So yeah, that's starting to heat up. It's taking its time about it, as you can see, but I think that's probably because it just doesn't have the power. So that, yeah, having a battery involved is generally a good idea, as I said at the start. So if I put that in there, that'll power up a bit faster. Now that this is going to be feeding off in 4 different directions, like this. So that's 3 different directions there, and I'm also going to feed it off here as well as a bleed, which will then connect to an additional storage hopper, and this storage hopper will be getting tin bars only out of that. That will feed all 4 of those belts from its reserves. Now I need stampers. Stampers. Yep, I need 2 more stamping machines because this is intended to process quickly. You see. So if it depletes from one side of the thing, then this is to quickly move things along, or at least intended to. And then that will converge on only a mini hopper is required. Yeah, I think only a mini hopper will be required for that. Are you done charging up yet? You're almost there. Almost. Let's take a quick break and head back down the shaft because we're halfway through the episode already. Drop down here. Let's go grab what lithium we've got. We might have a full stack at this point, like a full hopper, or pretty close to one, let's get down there. Notice, of course, by the way, that I've not been refining copper at all. So, yeah. No, I'm not after copper down here. I'm after lithium. What am I drivelling on about? Ow. And that's still not spawned anything. Alright, yep, that's full. Lithium! Huzzah! We really should automate this, to be quite honest. There we go. A bit awkward with that. I should probably carve a little bit around the other side. Up here, up here. All those mines are working okay. We're still absolutely fine for cogs. I mean, cogs is the thing we've got most of at this point. Because flat out, it's easily producing it right now. We've got almost another 50 cogs just sitting in there in storage. But yeah, that's powered. It is starting to move out on ingots, as you can see. This will converge into here, which is going to be a mini hopper. Like that. We actually need a better belt here, I think, for rapid, just for rapid transit. So we'll actually make one of those. And before I forget again, I'm going to dump the lithium into smelting, so I can get that processed. Might be a good idea. Okay, so a fast belt here. That will transfer ore from here, sorry, transfer materials rather, from here to this one. Wait, do we need that? No. Let's make that into a proper big storage, because again, we're going to do what we did back there and peel off 4 separate tracks. Like that. Are you actually running okay? You're not, are you? Let's give you a boost. Just to make sure that the thing is fully charged. Probably a good idea.
Additional energy is required.
Oh, why is the hub out of power? Unless it's only counts one plugged in, because that one's drained. Why is that one drained? Strange. Okay, so this is not going to exceed the general processing capacity. As you can see, it's draining stuff off to feed that hopper right now. I'll actually pull that so it feeds everything into this. But the idea is when you pull out stuff from later on in this, it'll actually it'll really, really try to make things. Hang on, do I need that? Actually, I mean, the next stage is this thing, which is lightweight housing crafting. So that one actually requires 6 tin plate flat out. Okay, never mind. We don't need to split this, actually. So this will be the feeder piece for this tin manufacturing. Like that. Another one. And as you can see, it's like 8% use of my coal extractor. The iron extractor is running flat out. Yeah. Not too bad. And notice, by the way, that was way more than 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so this is a tin plate repository. It feeds into a single housing production, because housing is an absolute flipping pain to manufacture. That's an add and remove, that's the thing. This one will, however, feed into an additional side thing, because we'll be peeling off tin plate as well. So yeah, as you can see, that is starting to work, because that is a big production thing it needs working on. And then we need to get another storage hopper. That's what I'm after.
Crafting.
Right. Because this is another storage point. So there we go. I don't know if we're going to need machine housings for things in the future, but yeah. But that will build up. Why have I only made a small one? There we go, big one. So we've got this machine wall going on now, which actually took far too long to put together, I must admit. Oh, you aren't doing anything? Yeah, take it away. And you. So that's smelting those 2 incoming belts of tin, and whenever I pull resources out, it'll try to flow straight through as quick as it can to get everything else sorted out. So that'll do that. Right. Let's actually get the copper back up, because I kind of unplugged the copper rather badly when I did this. So same pattern, same thing. Let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, and super buildo extraordinaire. There we go. Right, except this time we actually know what we're trying to flip and do with it. So, that might help a little bit. We also need to increase our copper, actually. Well, not as much, but we're about to start work on something else. That'll feed into that. Then we will have the... then we have the initial smelter. We have a battery pack which goes into here, which needs to be powered by the hub. All this jazz. Yep, like this. There we go. Woo. Almost there. Almost there. Almost. Though I've not actually done anything with the flipping lithium that I got. I got distracted by doing this instead. Oh, that's in the wrong place. There we go. So this is like kind of messing around with bigger automation, isn't it? So again, that you are an right. And again, we're going to ramp it up for faster work. When there's a depletion, it's going to try to smelt things down faster. Like that. Then, of course, we're going to run like this and like this into a storage hopper, which again I need to build. Craft. Right. So yeah, I guess this episode is a good example of the complication which can result. But yeah, that's got the same kind of deal. So I can plug in another belt's worth of copper from this into this, and it'll be absolutely fine. Though I actually should do something else, which is see if we've got enough time left to do craft a coiler, and then we need copper coils to make a PCB. So we can very quickly throw that out. So yeah, make a PCB crafter. What? Wait, we don't need a PCB crafter. What am I on about? Do we? I'm getting confused now. Right, to make A, we need that one that I said we didn't need earlier. This is the time for it. We need the lithium coil charger. I was very confused when I was trying to do this the first time around, because it's like, wait, how do I get the coils and things? And then I didn't realise, and it didn't tell me, I had to work this out for myself, that to get a charged lithium coil, which is required for the more advanced stuff, you need a coiling plant. Sorry, not a coiling plant. You need I built the charger, which needs iron gears, actually. Got those.
Crafting.
You need a coil charger. I managed to make this because it doesn't need anything exotic, right? Though it does need a power source, actually. Alright, let's put this down here. Then battery it up. There we go. So that runs off coils, but let's turn this because we actually need... No, we don't. We don't need copper coils because we are not making a PCB crafter. We don't need it. But this runs off an entire production chain. It's the first kind of big production chain. I need extruders.
Crafting.
4 of those, because I still need some to put back somewhere else. Extruder plants, which produce the wire. So this is the first kind of lengthy-ish production chain that you're going to run into, which is, it takes the lithium bars we've smelted up, it extrudes them, which is to find them. There they are. Lithium, right? Put them in there, extrudes it, then it dumps it into the storage, and then it needs to be coiled up, which it then does here, quite happily, and then we hit another stage multiplier, like with the lightweight housings. So that's coiling, but we need to have 5 lithium coils to make 1 charged lithium coil. So this means we've got it reduces the entire thing to like 20% output rate, because the machine takes about the same time to process. So if we were to get 1 of these running full time, we'd need 5 of these and 5 of these. And there we go. Now it's just like running that, charging it. And I wasn't quite fast enough, but it added it back in because it doesn't have a direction, that one. These ones do, so they go one way. This one doesn't, so it could put out either way. And that's because I think it waits for multiple resources to come through. Alright, so yeah, let's actually get this fixed now. Put that there, we need... Wait. No, this is the copper one, what am I on about? Yeah, this one's running. As you can see, it's already made 10 lightweight machine housing, so it's astonishingly faster than it was previously already. It's depleting as fast as the furnace can feed it. How is that actually doing? It can actually take more tin than this. Watching it. Yeah. It can take more tin than this. Pops it out. I think it can take twice as much tin, actually, compared to how it is. So this can take quite a bit more, actually. It's that inefficiency coming into play, though, you see. Because it needs four ore for 1 bar. Then this is where I needed the other coiling plants for. So that'll start to process that. Right, and that'll drop into a storage hop right there. So as you can see, that is starting to work its way through. This, I think this shut down because it couldn't... Yeah, it kind of shut itself down, but that is running also at half the speed compared to this one. This one's definitely better. But this is producing a couple of charged coils very, very slowly because it relies on getting the stuff through. So, yeah. If I magnified this, it would be quite a bit faster. But that said, we've already used up all of the stored lithium that we had to produce a couple of coils. Well, actually, I only dumped 10 in there, didn't I? Because it's a small hopper. But we got 50, which would be enough for 10 lithium coils. So, yeah. Let's actually dump the rest of that in there. Get that running. But as you can see, it's a bottleneck here. We need more lithium coming through. But with lithium, we have all sorts of options. Like, we can actually start to make power cores, more power cores. We can make better transmitters once we unlock those. Where's the research? Research. Yes, I want to unlock better power transmitters, please. As soon as I find it. We can also build things like... I was hoping to show these off in this series, but didn't manage to. But we can build things like these auto excavators and power core transmitters, which are actually really, really good. I like them quite a lot. Can I actually craft those at this point? Can I show them very quickly? Should I figure out where the heck they are? There's one. No, it needs servo motors and unknown material. Servo motors and unknown material, which is actually the next level of power transmitter, so I can't quite get those. Not yet. Because I need to make something else first. Which is, I think, power grid. Recipes, that should have done it, I think. Maybe? Can I? Ah, here we go. Yeah, I can make a charged lithium coil, craft that. And then I need a servo motor, which is also not unlocked yet. Can I make that yet? Can I research that? That's a servo motor. Can I do this? Can I actually show this off as the end of this particular little series? I need a servo motor, which requires copper wire. Yes, I can. Alright, craft one of those. Then I can get a workfloor excavator out, which is actually quite nice. By the way, as a note, a workfloor excavator does not return material. It destroys material, just so you know. But I'm going to put one down, like, here. And it just tries to zap and then can't. So, workfloor excavator, I can show this one off at least. What it does is, it digs a big hole. Like, it digs it on a range of 3. Is that at the right level? No, not quite. There we go. What it does is it digs a big hole. It digs 33-meter radius, and it works about as fast as you pump power into it. So if you've got a really powerful base, you can add a lot of power. There we go. Put that there. Oh, I'm out. This is what happens when you get pressured, and when I get pressured into time, and I'm like, got to do something faster, faster, faster.
Crafting.
I'm almost out. And then it's like, yeah, I mean, I know this one is overrun by quite a bit. Yeah, when that starts transmitting power, this thing will start to spin. Yep, there you go, it's starting to spin as it builds up power charge. It's not got much power, so it's going to be really sluggish at this. So as I said, it gets a lot, it does a lot better if it's got more power fed to it. But yeah, there you go, it just torched that block. It doesn't torch your own machines and things, but it spins around and it digs out a circle. And how quickly it can dig things out is what it requires power for. Like, see, it's starting to dig. It's like going, ooh, organic blocks, dig, 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 dig. So as you can see, it's destroying these blocks as it goes around. Just starting to clear out the top of this hill. This is why I put it up here, by the way, so it wouldn't do very much damage. But as you can see, it's going quite slowly. If I could feed it more power reserves, it would be digging out a heck of a lot more blocks than this. But it's going as fast as if its power can be fed to it. Which is not bad, it's just going to take a while. But yeah, that's one of the automated excavation tools. And with that, I really ought to stop because this episode is probably like an hour, 40% longer than it should be. So yeah. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We're about to get the third beam here. Come on, third beam. Third beam. There's the third beam. Ha ha ha. Mass destruction of dirt. And it ran out of power. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later.